What is up, what is up, what is up, everybody? It is Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you here. And it is week number 2 of our 2025 season sim, officially the 14th sim season here at Nagy on Sports, the 14th Browns season that we have simmed together as a community here at Nagy Nation. Excited to bring this one to you. Welcome in, Jim. Good to have you on with us. As mentioned in the chat and in the Discord prior to the game, we will see the first 2 quarters of Dylan Gabriel as the starting quarterback, and then we will see the second half will be Shedeur Sanders, who only got to play a quarter in the first game, and really was the only rookie who didn't look great. He only had a couple of drives in that one, so we'll get to see what both of those guys look like. A little bit more extended time. No Kenny Pickett in today's match at all. We are in Washington. Of course, they just announced their new, way more expensive than the Browns, crazy stadium experience. They're going to head back to the old RFK site, I believe. So excited to bring this one to you again. My name is Phil Nagy. Nagy on Sports is the channel. Thanks so much for joining us here with simulated football action, live play-by-play commentary. Sophomore season here for Jaden Daniels. We'll see what he looks like. He's going to be back out there. Much like other teams that have a quarterback on a rookie deal, they spent a lot of money in free agency. They brought over Laramie Tunsil to stout up that left side of his line. They drafted Josh Connerly as well, who the Browns were interested in. They brought over Javon Kinlaw from 49ers/Jets to shore up that defensive line. Durance Armstrong from the Dallas Cowboys in there. They do have their rookie numbers in. I have those in. They do not have their some of their free agents. So 66 on the left tackle. That's Laramie Tunsil. Here's going to be adoption keeper Jaden Daniels right up the middle. He's going to get for a first down carry. Delpit brings him to the ground, but Jaden Daniels, that was a QB keeper all the way. What's up, Diablo, man? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Diablo, are you going to go to the Tottenham Browns game this year? Here's a handoff up the middle. Brian Robinson, and it'll be ripped to the ground by Carson Schweschinger. Excited to see this guy in the middle. Again, we have made the decision to keep JOK out of the depth chart for now until we get a little bit more clarity. Again, trying to recreate reality as much as we can over the middle and caught for a first down. Daniels with a strike to Noah Brown, the former Ohio State Buckeye. He's really made a nice name for himself here. Wide receiver number 2/3. Oh, that's awesome, Diablo. Being there 100%. How far is that away from where you live, if you don't mind my asking? Hey, Filligren, welcome in. Hey, Anthony, welcome in, man. Hopefully it'll be a more exciting year than last year. That's for sure. That is for sure here. 1st and 10 now for Jaden Daniels. He was the Rookie of the Year last year. Very sensational. You can see he's popped as a superstar. He's going to give it up the middle to Brian Robinson, and Diabate shuts him down. Nice TFL there for Mahmoud Diabate. Couple hundred miles, okay. I'm assuming you can get there by train because your country does trains way better than mine does. Daniels out of a shotgun. He'll pitch it right side. Robinson will try to go. He won't get there. Pushed all the way to the outside, and Ronnie Hickman flew in from his free safety spot for another TFL, and it sets up a 3rd and long here now for the Browns. Daniels now taking the shotgun snap. This is preseason game number 2. Remember that the opponents are going to be similar. Okoronkwo with a big sack, and it's 4th and 26. And Obo excited about that drive, and Daniels a little bit maybe just upset with himself there. But Obo Okoronkwo, first sack of the game. Look how far back he pushed him, and he beat the aforementioned Laramie. Actually, Laramie Tunsil didn't block him at all. They tried to block him with a tight end, and that's not going to be the best choice for the Commanders, who will have to punt. There's Dan Quinn, 2nd season for him, and a 4th and 26. Tress way in. We will see Dylan Gabriel in mere moments. Anyway, I forget what I was talking about, but there you go. Oh, the opponents are similar. I don't think the preseason opponents are the same, but the regular season opponents are the same. They don't have the correct order, obviously, and even the home and away sometimes can get flip-flopped, but at least it'll be the same teams we're going to play. All right, there he is, Dylan Gabriel. He's a 72. He will start today, play the first 2 quarters, and then Madden will sub him out automatically. Quinshon Judkins there, number 10, will start along with him. First string offensive line, Dwan Jones, Joel Bitonio, Ethan Posick, Wyatt Teller, and Jack Conklin. Judkins to the right side. Big gainer for Q. Breaks a tackle, 35, 40, 45. There might be a really late and bogus holding call. We'll see if it's coming back. Oh, no. 25 yards down the field, they're going to call Bitonio for a holding. Oh, or at least they're going to say 6 yards up the field. What a bad call. They threw that flag so late. It's only a loss of 4. Quinshon will try the right side again, breaks the tackle, and he'll go down. That's Marshawn Lattimore changing his number to number 2. The former Ohio State Buckeye, still an X Factor as well. Hey, Big Dog, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Here's Gabriel. First throw. Yes, I turned him into a lefty. Deontay Johnson with his first catch as a Cleveland Brown, and it sets up a 3rd and 2. And Frankie Luvu, the one that brings him to the ground. Yeah, I don't know why the person who made this draft class didn't have Dylan Gabriel as a lefty, so he is actually a left-handed player now, and I also tried to make him look a little bit more Hawaiian. They go up the middle with Quinshon, and it's just kind of an odd play choice. It was 3rd and 1, and they'll lose 2. That's Deatrick Wise, the former Patriot, another high-price free agent. I think there was a big cutback lane to the left, but Quinshon did not see it. And Kevin not particularly happy about it. Bajorquez will come in. So both teams will punt on their first drive after a tough penalty on Joel Bitonio. They threw it so late. Quinshon was already 20 yards down the field, and they said it happened 6 yards past the line of scrimmage. So how could you say that that affected the play? I don't think that you can. Hey, Keith, welcome in. Happy Saturday to you. Good to have everybody on. Again, appreciate all of my subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we'd very much appreciate that as we kick off here season number 14, the 14th Simmed Brown season here on the channel. Robinson up the middle. He'll try to go outside. Schlesinger with backside pursuit. Good tackle for the rookie from UCLA. It'll be a 1-yard gain for Brian Robinson now. Into the shotgun, 6:25 on the first quarter clock. Jaden Daniels. Sophomore sensation, Deebo Samuel. Oh yeah, Deebo Samuel's on their team too. Again, spending all kinds of money when you got your quarterback on a rookie deal. Fling it to the right side in the direction of Deebo, but it's actually going to be Noah Brown, and he finds a little spot in the zone to make a first down catch, his 2nd of the game. Brown showing a single high. And now they'll blitz that safety. They'll try to go wide, and Miles is waiting for a big TFL. Poor Brian Robinson, 5 carries for -5 yards, and remember his first carry went for 10, so he's got now 4 carries for -15 yards coming out of that first carry of the game. Jaden Daniels now. He'll give it to Robinson, running right into the teeth of the defense. Diabate, the first one to get there. Delpit helps clean it up, and it's going to be a 3rd and long for the Browns. Getting an obvious passing situation is what you want here. The Browns have the ability to tee off. They'll rush just 4. Pressure coming. It's a screen left side, and he overthrows it. Robinson had some space, but not able to get there. Robo Karanko, the quickest one into the backfield. Miles, of course, was there as well. So was Mason Graham and Mike Hall, and another punt coming for Tress Way. On a 4th and long, they punt it again. Here comes DeAndre Carter, the punt returner, and he'll get it up to the 24-yard line. And here comes Dylan Gabriel for drive number 2. Again, thwarted by a potentially bad holding call is where they're at. Double tight ends. Harold Fannin had a monster game in preseason game number 1. They'll go quickly across the middle. Jerry Jeudy, his first touch, and he picks up about 7, fling forward for 8 before being tackled by the veteran Bobby Wagner and Deron Payne. Also, Carson Schlesinger's teammate, Kane Medrano, a later round draft pick linebacker out of UCLA as well, in there on the tackle. Now Gabriel on a play action. He'll fling it right side. Got it! First down, Jerry Jeudy to the 48-yard line. Gabriel to Jeudy for about 17 and a first down. Up to the nearing the midfield stripe. Gabriel in a shotgun here. Again, we'll see 2 quarters of Dylan Gabriel and 2 quarters of Shedeur Sanders. Here comes Jerome Ford into the game. He'll bounce off 1 and pick up a gain of 1. It was a nice throw, Diablo. He throws a good ball. I mean, the only knock on him is he's 5'11". If he was 6'3", he probably would have been the number 2 overall pick. Most passing yards and touchdowns in college football history. Fling it. Deep shot. Right side. Tried to go up the ladder for Tillman. Marshawn Lattimore. Good coverage. We know he's a shutdown corner. All those years in New Orleans, of course, Ohio State Buckeye 5-star kid, Glenville kid, I believe. Marshawn Lattimore. Now Gabriel wiggles to the right, and he'll be sacked. Dietrich Wise, I believe, getting over there first, and it'll be a 4th and 12. So got to try to get rid of that football on 3rd down if you can, Dylan. Give your guys a chance. He is not able to do so. They will punt it again. Bojorquez trying to check it up, but it goes into and out of the back of the end zone. Jaden Daniels, drive number 3, $1:44 on this first quarter clock. Again, Phil Nagy, Nagy on Sports, joining you here today. Also, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get some extra people watching The Sims. Here's Robinson. He'll try the left, and Hickman comes up to make a tackle. Give him a gain of 5. I mean, that and safety are kind of the 2 spots where you could see it, Diablo. I'm still hoping that there's some sort of Amari Cooper / Jerry Jeudy style trade where we give the Commanders, for instance. Terry McLaurin is in a contract year. He'll be a free agent. Like, hey, we'll give you a 3rd-round pick for Terry McLaurin so that you don't have to pay him, and we'll try to get a year out of him and see what it works. Like, something like that. Christian Kirk is in that boat. There are a couple other receivers in their contract years where you might be able to get, like, a Amari Cooper, Jerry Jeudy style situation taken care of. But for me, I think the biggest need is safety. You got Delpit, you got Hickman, and that's basically it. They like to play some 3 safety looks. McLeod is retired. So I would like to have another safety on the team as well. And we had 0-0s. First quarter comes to a close. It's been a defensive struggle. 0-0. Yeah, Anthony, I do wonder about that. I did hear that just before we started simming. Somebody put it in the Discord chat that they wonder if we become a prime trade candidate because we have 4 quote-unquote legitimate quarterbacks. We'll see. I don't see them trading Shador or Dillon, so it's going to be Pickett or Joe Flacco if the Saints are in. And you would have to assume that if the Saints knew that that was going to happen, they would have taken Shador or Dart at number 9, but who knows? Who knows what they're doing down there in New Orleans? Pittsburgh also sort of like feels like all their eggs are in we hope Aaron Rodgers is coming back basket. Direct snap, and it's going to be Brian Robinson. It catches everybody off guard. Cool play, a direct snap to Robinson, and he rushes for about 17 yards. Everybody was fooled by that one. First down. Yeah, look at that. Just wide open up the middle. Everybody whiffed on that one. So I don't know. There are not a ton of free agent wide receivers that I'm in love with, Diablo. Like I said, for me it would be a Amari Cooper for a 5th or Jerry Jeudy for a 4th or whatever we got him for a year ago. Those would sort of be the deals that I would foresee coming if there's going to be another one. Or I think maybe they just feel that Deontay Johnson was a legitimate receiver, but he just kind of had some off-the-field head case sort of things. There's KJ Osborne coming over in free agency from the Vikings. But when he was at Pittsburgh, he was a very, very good receiver, and several of the Browns cornerbacks have said that of every player that they've ever covered, that Deontay Johnson is actually was like the most difficult individual person to cover. Like that's like what Denzel and Greg Newsome and stuff said. So I was like, that carries a little bit of weight. So I think the talent's there. He could be a really nice slot receiver. Pressure coming. Watch out. Daniels rolling to the right. Pressure by Garrett, and he'll force him to throw it away. Yes, no relation. Thank you for clearing that up, Jim. Your brother from another mother, KJ Osborne. So anyway, that's what I would say about the wide receiver room. Safety room's the one where I want a little bit more. And there are a couple of free agent safeties you could go with. Justin Simmons has been out there. Julian Blackmon. There are a few guys out there. Incomplete 4th and 7. Current NFL free agent safeties. This is me Googling on the fly. I don't know how old this article is the point. Yeah, this is from January 23rd, so that's not going to help me. Justin Simmons is still out there. Julian Blackmon's still out there. Sante Samuel Jr. still out there. You could maybe make him a free safety. Stephon Gilmore. I mean, Keenan Allen is available if you really want to go veteran receiver. Mike Hilton. So we'll see what happens. Dillon Gabriel, pressure coming. He'll fling it right side, tipped away by a diving Percy Butler. That was very, very close to being picked, but nice job by Gabriel to at least try to swing it to his running back out of the backfield, and now it's going to be a 3rd and long. Gabriel under center. Big 7-step drop for Gabriel. Now he'll hit that back foot. Now he'll step up 20 to the 25 to the 30. Gabriel, first down and more, 35 to the 40. Dillon Gabriel, what a run to the 45-yard line. Big time scramble. That's not a huge part of his game, but he does have some pocket wiggle. And this time he does a nice job to tuck it. He feels the Red Sea part there. That was Washington red jerseys. And a big run against the only thing you'd like to see there is a slide at the end. But boy, did he get the first down and extended the drive. Keeps him from going 3 and out again. Quinshon in the backfield. They'll give it to him. He'll stretch it right. Quinshon back over the middle, and he'll pick up a nice gain of 6 for Quinshon Judkins. Again, you'll see Dylan Sampson primarily in the second half right now. Jerome Ford sort of slotted in as the 3rd down back is as needed. Big blitz coming, and about 4 different guys will sack him. Frankie Louvu was the first one to get there. That was a max blitz against a not max protect. And poor Dillon Gabriel's got to eat that one in a big way. 3rd and 10 now, as they lost all 6 of Quinshon's yards. Out of a shotgun, 11 personnel. They'll blitz again with a little bit of a twist. Quinshon picks it up, throwing on the run. Caught, first down! Got it! Chief fighting for the first down at the 45. How about rolling to his right? The lefty's still able to get those shoulders flipped in time to make that throw. And it's now first down Browns. Quinshon in the backfield. Deep drop for him. There's a puller up the middle. Quinshon breaking tackles. Fighting his way for about 4 yards. Call it 5. Quinshon averaged 9.6 per carry in his first game. He only had 3 carries, but he's been a pretty solid addition so far. He's looked pretty good. Here comes Jerome Ford now into the backfield. Jerome Ford up the middle. Puts his foot in the ground. First down. Ford got a nice gain of 7 and a first down Browns. Love to see the return to the Stefanski offense. Intentional running, play action, and I'll continue to curate the playlist to try to get more 2 tight end personnel because Fannin is a beast. Running again. Now Gabriel, he'll take off, and he won't quite get back to the line of scrimmage this time. Dietrich Wise with another sack of Gabriel. That time, Gabriel didn't look super quick getting out of the pocket, did he? He looked like he was sort of walking in quicksand that time. 2nd and 14 for Gabriel. Pressure up his face. He'll fling it long. Caught! What a throw! It was like, where is that going? But he was leading Deontay Johnson all the way across the formation. That was a very impressive gain of 9. And now it's 3rd and 5 for the Browns. And now wiggling and just throwing it away. They'll live to take the 3 here. Hopkins will come in and try to tie the football game. Yeah, Jim, I think maybe they just want to take a break from potential headache guys. And I'm not sure how much Jalen Ramsey would just come in and want to be like a backup cornerback, or unless you feel like you've got a trade worked out for Newsome or Emerson. I don't really, again, the cornerback room is pretty deep. I don't foresee an opportunity for him to come in and be an impact player. Now, maybe if somebody gets hurt in camp or something, absolutely, you could see something like that. But I don't feel like that's the room that needs addressed. Unless he's sort of like, hey, I'm a veteran cornerback, I'm ready to go play free safety now. Maybe then that's a different situation, but we'll see. 3-3 with 3:48 to go until all of the starters are subbed out. It's been a defensive struggle both ways, but a few nice plays for Dillon Gabriel so far with the ones here in half number 1. Daniels with a nice clean pocket. He'll fling it to Jim's brother, KJ Osborne. Upside down smiley face. 2nd and 4 for Jaden Daniels. Arizona State and then LSU. fling it right side. A slant route, caught. First down again. Noah Brown, he's been the sharpest of the receivers. Haven't seen Luke McCaffrey yet. Haven't even seen Terry McLaurin yet. And haven't even seen Deebo Samuel other than going in motion once or twice. 1st and 10. Fake it to Eckler, and then they'll fling it right side. Out of the backfield, Robinson. Nobody covered him. 20, 15 actually to the 18-yard line. Out of the backfield, Brian Robinson just did a big lazy wheel route, and none of the Browns went with him. Watch this. Oh, it looks like maybe Schlesinger was supposed to be out there. Oh, no, he was guarding Eckler. So nobody covered Brian Robinson, and that leads to a big gain now into the red zone. Here comes a 2-minute warning in Landover, Maryland. I think that's where the stadium is right now. See if the Browns can get a stop here. Daniels. Browns just rushing 3, even though they're max protecting it. Daniels now will step up. Good spy for Schlesinger, and he'll hit him. You ain't sliding in front of me. I'm going to hit you. Carson Schlesinger. I like this kid a lot. I'm really excited to see him play. Even more fun to see him with JOK, but if it's instead of JOK, at least for the time being, I think that'll be pretty fun to watch too, as Emerson gets beat by Terry McLaurin. There he is. T-Mac with his first catch of the half. A mere 45 seconds before he gets auto-subbed out of the game. Daniels, they're trying to put something on the board here. Browns rush 4. Daniels fling it across the middle. Caught. Touchdown. Noah Brown. He's had a very nice half. Little drag route. A lot of traffic in front. And he's sprung wide open, and that's going to be one of the easiest touchdown passes. Look at that. Look how open he is. Denzel was trailing, but Denzel had gotten picked by about 7 different guys and was way too far away. And that's a touchdown for the Commanders with 37 seconds left. We'll see if Kevin unleashes Dylan here on a little bit of a 2-minute drive. Also, at some point this weekend, we'll try to wrap up the Cavs Heat Sim Series. This thing's going to go 7 if we're not careful. Which is pretty wild to think about, since they swept the Heat in real life. Big, big win for the Cavs last night in real life, by the way. Absolutely needed that. What a difference having 3 of your 6 best players makes, huh? Up the middle now, 32 seconds as Carter will take it to the 25-yard line. Let's see if they let Gabriel cook here a little bit. They're going to go 4 wide, so maybe they will. Jerome Ford in the backfield to help with some pass pro, perhaps. 32 seconds. Back to pass. He'll actually leave the pocket. Over the middle, caught. This is Deontay Johnson, but it's a gain of only 7. They call their first timeout. Like to see Gabriel here in a 2-minute situation. Try to get into Hopkins' range, perhaps. Gabriel now back to pass. 4-man rush. He'll fling it again. Caught by the Chief. Just not very deep. They'll pick up a few more up to the 39, but that is their second timeout now. Just 1 timeout left. Got to get this thing to the sideline, or else face calling your last timeout. Gabriel. Sack would be the worst. He'll fire on the run. Caught but short. Broken tackle by Ford. Get out of bounds, Jerome. Get out of bounds. He does. What a run for Jerome Ford. Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. And another nice throw for Gabriel. Rolling to his right. That lefty, that's such a hard throw. Sort of the equivalent of righties rolling to their left. Now Gabriel cannot take a sack. Can't take a sack. 50, 45, 40. Gabriel, 35, 30, 25, 20. Get out of bounds. Oh, he didn't. Get out of bounds, kid, with 5 seconds. What a scramble for Gabriel. They call their last time out, and they will be able to put 3 on the board. What a little drive there for Dylan Gabriel. He's got 2 scrambles for 55 yards in this half. And Hopkins drills the field goal, 10-6. Well, we complain about time management a lot, but scoring a field goal with 2 seconds left, pretty efficient use of that time management there, Madden. Looks like they will set up for a Hail Mary here for Daniels. 10-6. The Commanders starters will exit the game, beating the Browns starters here 10-6. Pressure coming. Hit as he throws. Ouch. It's a good way to get really hurt. And that's how the game comes to its halftime conclusion. Browns 6, Commanders 10. Well, I mean, Diablo, I think they had no idea that Shedeur would even be available that late. So that was sort of like a let's just go take a shot. I mean, they had Gabriel as the second quarterback on their board behind Cam Ward. And like I said, if this kid was 6'3", he would have been either the first or the second overall pick. Like, it's only because he's 5'11". Sampson, watch out, Dylan Sampson, he might bring it all the way! 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, Dylan Sampson! Touchdown, Browns! Dylan Sampson, the opening kick of the second half, and he brings it all the way back. This kid's got some wiggle and some speed, and he showed that burst to the right side. Dylan Sampson, fresh off a 150-yard performance in preseason game number 1, takes the kick all the way back. I think that's maybe like the 3rd or the 4th kick return in the history of the channel for the Browns. Fun trivia fact of Nagy on Sports, the very, 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 very first sim game we ever did had an opening kickoff return against the Ravens. I don't even remember which of our kick returners du jour that was, if that Jeremy Grant or somebody else, but they ran the kick back, and then we proceeded to get beat by the Ravens like 41-7. But that opening 7 was a glorious situation. All right, Marcus Mariota. Speaking of Oregon quarterbacks from Hawaii, Marcus Mariota fits that bill. 4 receivers to the left, and Mariota now. Browns just rushing 4. He'll go back to the other side with the single receiver, and that single receiver is the rookie Jalen Lane. They're one of their draft picks this year, Jalen Lane, wide receiver, 5'10", 196, out of Virginia Tech. Go Hokies. Run to the left side from another rookie, and he's got a first down. So the rookies are in. That's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, the rookie running back out of Arizona. Krosky-Merritt with a first down. Mariota stepping back into a shotgun. Somehow JOK is in there again, and I don't understand it. He's not supposed to be. Fired right side, caught it, dropped it. Couldn't hold on, Ben Sinnott. I promise you JOK is not in the depth chart. There we go, he's back out. Why is he in there right now? Should not be in there. 2nd and 10, Browns rush 4. Spin it to the right side, McLaurin caught it, broke a tackle, first down. And then taken down by Nick Needham there, number 25, free agent pickup from the Miami Dolphins, Nick Needham. He's pretty good. He's a very good slot corner, so I had wondered if the Nick Needham signing meant maybe that Newsome was getting traded. There were some rumors about him being traded maybe to like the Cowboys. 13-10. Back to pass now. Fling it right side, caught. Osborne again, thrown to the ground by Cam Mitchell. Dynamite in his boots. Love that. Up the middle, here's McNichols. He'll get near and getting the first down, actually. Josh Connerly into the game, 72, the rookie out of Oregon. Dylan Gabriel's college left tackle. Yeah, I'm excited. Jerome Baker's been fine in the Sims. He's a solid player. Up the middle, Mariota scrambling. Browns finally see it and then ripped to the ground by Devin Bush. Currently still on the team until they get all of that legal stuff sorted out. It'd just be nice to have an offseason without any weird legal stuff. Frankly, maybe that's the wishful thinking, Jim. 13-10. Mariota's got him inside the red zone. Here's a 1st and 10. Now he'll fling it long and hits him in the butt. That was Krosky-Merritt coming across the running back on a long dig route. Hit him in the back of the thigh. Oh, Winston Reed, you mean? I thought you meant Jameis for a second. Pressure coming. He'll roll away from it, and Bush will make the tackle. Tryanchenko was right behind him, but he was able to scramble for 3. Third and 7. They can get a first down at the 1-yard line out of a pistol. Mariota. Browns rush 3. Looks like McGuire's getting held. Fling it all the way across, and a touchdown to McLaurin. Similarly, not sure why he's still in the game, but he is, and he makes the touchdown. Another one of those long throws. Look how far over he threw that, and again, just completely beaten was Cam Mitchell. Terry McLaurin, one of the best in the game. And a touchdown on back-to-back football possessions here. The kick return from Dylan Sampson, and then the touchdown pass Mariota to Terry McLaurin. 17-13. 10 plays, 70-yard drive as the backups, quote-unquote, backups for the Commanders, since McLaurin scored the touchdown, against the backups of the Browns. Well, how would you like an encore? Dylan Sampson. And this time it will not go past the 27, so we'll get to see him play running back. Here he is, number 12, Shedeur Sanders, into the football game for your Cleveland Browns now. 6'1", 212. There it is, Phil Sampson, a little skinny through the hole. Nice run for Dylan. And again, this kid had 30 carries for 150 yards and a touchdown a week ago. Did Dylan Sampson when he played the 3 of the 4 quarters after Quinchon went out. Back to pass, Shador. Now he'll roll. Now he'll roll. Now he'll roll. Fire back to the middle. What a dart, but he can't hold on. David Bell. Oh, and I'm wondering if David Bell's days are numbered. He's got to hold on to that ball. What a throw by Shador again. There's that righty quarterback rolling to the left. He threw it back over the middle. It was right between 2 defenders, but David Bell could not hold on. First down throw. This time it's held on to Harold Fannin. Finally getting a chance to see number 88 out there. Browns didn't run quite as much 2 tight end looks in that first half. We'll get to see more of 88 here in half number 2, which is very exciting because he is a special prospect in my opinion. Here comes Sampson. He'll try the right side, breaks a tackle, spins away, and then Frankie Louvu hops on his back for a gain of 5. There's Mike Sainristil, former Michigan Wolverine player, wearing the number 0 for the Commanders. Now double tight end look. That means Trey McKitty is in on the left side, Fannin on the right. Motion coming, fake the jet sweep. Give it to Sampson up the middle. Dylan Sampson runs into a powerful way for a first down. I thought he was for sure short. Dominique Hampton, the safety, was right there, and he pushed him away and got a first down. This kid runs hard, Dylan Sampson. Quick little RPO, and it's incomplete. They're going to say a fumble. What in the world? Picked up by Louvu and into the end zone. What was that? I think that's that glitch play. We saw it in the first sim game too, that weird tight end RPO, except Fannin didn't go out for the pass. Look at Fannin, he's right in front of him, and Sanders is like, uh-oh, and threw it to a spot where there was nobody there, and Louvu picks it up because it was a backwards pass. And a catastrophic mistake / glitch for Madden. That's the new one. We've had that for the last couple of games. A legendary play indeed. That's a new Madden glitch. That weird. I just need to take that play out of the playbook is what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a note to take that stupid play out. But it's like a tight end RPO. Remember they did it on the very first play of the game last game where Chief has to go backwards like 5 yards to catch the ball. Remove tight end RPO play. Fortunately for this one, it's going to cost the Browns 7. And unfortunately for Shador now, it's leading it. He's only been turning the football over so far in his 2 very limited quarters of action. Back out onto the field now. 226 to 161. Commanders lead in total yards. Turn around, give it to Jerome Ford, who's in the game. He'll go to the right side. Ford will pick up a couple yards, maybe 3. Tackle there by Jordan McGee. Trips to the right side. Shador stepping back into a shotgun. Sampson back into the game next to him. Fannin on the left. It's Pierre Strong, and he'll be blown up in the backfield. Dominique Hampton, again, the safety, getting into the backfield, and now it's 3rd and long. Sanders in a shotgun now. Shador claps the hands, back to pass. Decent protection. Now he'll run out of protection. Cornelius Lucas, the left tackle, wearing 71. Do not adjust your glasses. It's not actually Jed Wills, but I think Sanders got to get rid of that football as Jacob Martin is in there for a sack. It's tough to tell without the all-22 if anybody's open, but Shador does eat the sack, and unfortunately the Browns are going to punt. So the beginning so far of Shador Sanders' Browns tenure, 1 quarter of play in game 1, he threw an interception and got sacked in the end zone for a safety. In game number 2 so far, he has thrown a backwards pass that got returned for a touchdown and now taken a couple of bad sacks. And his team is down by 11. So the early Nagyon Sports quarterback race is Dylan Gabriel ahead of Shador Sanders. So Sanders will start again in the 3rd and final preseason game. Hey, Sean, welcome in. Go Browns. Back to pass now. Mariota. Marcus, pressure coming in his face across the middle. Nice tackle by Emerson. That's the rookie again, Jalen Lane. Yeah, Reggie Langhorne, the legend in 8-8. But yeah, I think Fannin is going to look real good, and I'm real excited about that kid and the Chief on the field together. I think you're going to get a lot of creative and off mismatches that you can take advantage of. 32, and there's Krosky Merritt. Hey, easy little fisticuffs with Devin Bush on the way up now. 1st and 10 for the Washington Commanders now with an 11-point lead after the scoop and score for 6 on the previous drive. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because he's the one we sort of forget about, the number 5 overall pick, because we just assume we're going to plug and play and have him in there for a decade, and he and Mike Hall together could be really, really special and make the twilight of Miles' career extra fun. I really like all the guys. They seem like football guys. They're all hard workers. Like, you can definitely tell that the Browns drafted a particular kind of person this time. Which is cool to see. They're all football guys. They all love to work. They're all tough. They're all, and they're all well decorated. Absolutely, they drafted guys ready to play. I mean, you got the Big Ten Player of the Year. You got the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year. You got the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, and Gabriel. You got the Big 12 Player of the Year, and that man. You got the Schlesinger was first team All-American. Sampson was the SEC Offensive Player of the Year. Like, they got well-decorated football players who are ready to go. Good job by the defense. All right, come on, 12. Let's get something going here, Shador. Double tight ends to the left, including Fannin and Trey McKitty. Turn around, give it to Sampson to the right side. Dylan Sampson stiff arms his way through Hampton. Hampton is a linebacker, kind of turned safety, kind of like they did with Jeremy Chin for a couple of years. That's a position that Dan Quinn has liked to utilize. 2nd and 5 here. Shador, back to pass. 3-step drop. Blitz coming. Feels it. And dropped again by David Bell. And it is just not going well for Bell. Kid who had all kinds of promise coming out of Purdue, and it just has not materialized for him here in the NFL or in Madden. Quick throw left side. Caught. Bell does hold on this time for a first down of the 26. As soon as I finish slandering him, he comes up with a big first down catch, and Shador needed that one. He just needed to see a guy complete a pass. I wonder how much as a quarterback you start to feel if those things are like personal when you're in the middle of like a quarterback battle and like you see a guy dropping passes for you, but other guys are not dropping passes for the other guys. I wonder if you ever think that stuff's like intentional. 24-13, let's flip it over. 2nd and 12, Browns need a little bit of love here. Down 11. Shador Sanders in a shotgun here with an 11 personnel. Sampson and Fannin in the game with it. Left side throw, too strong. Had him. Noah Hegeby, Igbenogany, whatever how you ever say his name, was right there step for step with Bell, but Shador put a little bit too much sugar on it. Back to pass now for Shador. Got good protection. Fling it left side deep. Wide open. DeAndre Carter 30, 20, 10 to the 9-yard line. Touchdown saving tackle by the safety Will Harris. But Shador saw him right away and delivered a beautiful pass, by far his best as a Cleveland Brown so far. And somehow you have a linebacker lined up on DeAndre Carter, your kick return specialist wide receiver, and that's an easy pitch and catch for a massive gain, and the Browns have a 1st and goal. Big, big play here. Sampson up the middle, pushing guys over. He'll run for 4. Yeah. That's right, Jim. Maybe he did. Maybe he said, like, yo, if you are going to be subject to the Browns kick returner curse and never actually play a snap, I want your number 2. RPO to the right side, decked, but he catches it on the way to the ground. Jamari Thrash. Looked like Thrash didn't even realize the ball was coming. 3rd and goal here. And they get the finger on the go for it button ready, because I think they would go for it here. Shador, if they don't get it, he'll roll to the left. Now he'll fling it, and he'll fling it out of bounds. We're going to do a little situational coach mode. Fire back of the end zone. Fannin touchdown! Shador Sanders, Harold Fannin Jr. his 2nd touchdown in as many weeks. And look at that throw. Whew! Dude's crossing all over the place, and look, he's wearing him like a communion suit. And Fannin doesn't care. What a throw from Shador. What a play. Oh, they're going to booth review it. Oh, my. Why would they review this? He looked pretty in to me. 1 foot, 2 foot. I think he's definitely in. 1 foot, 2 foot. I think he's in, baby. That's a touchdown for the Browns. Sure is. There we go. There we go. What a play. Situational coach mode. Oh, the Browns are going to go for 2. Why not? Shador in a pistol now. Fannin Jr. 2 very, very exciting preseason games. Now, I realize it's only preseason. Here he comes in motion, the big orbit motion. And they'll hand it to Sampson. He is blown up in the backfield. Do not like that play call. Went nowhere. 24-19 is the score now with 10:54 to go in the fourth. What a drive. Situational coach mode. I just call the play, and he delivered a dot to Fannin in the back of the end zone. His first touchdown pass as a Cleveland Brown, and he deserves it after that big one to Carter as well. Here comes Mariota. Back out onto the field again. Heisman Trophy winner. First round pick of the Tennessee Titans once upon a time. Little pop pass across the middle. Trying to get some speed is Osborne, and he'll be tackled by Needham and Trey Dean III. That's your backup safety. It's a 62 overall rated. Trey Dean III, number 28 out of Florida. I believe he's in his second or third season now. Pressure up the middle from Malik Collins. Mariota feels it, but he feels it a little bit too much. And overthrows his receiver. 3rd and 6. There's Trey Dean right there. 3rd and 6 now. Mariota spreads them out. 4 wide. There's Mason Graham getting some more reps here with the 2s just to get some love. Pressure coming. He'll fire it right side. Mariota caught it on the sideline. McLaurin, I don't know why you're still in the game, but Terry McLaurin, and that ball was almost intentionally underthrown. McLaurin knew about it, and the defender did not. You could see how far past him that Edmonds had run, and McLaurin still in the game for some reason makes a big-time catch on the classic underthrow ball, trying to bait that pass interference or just throw on the brakes, and he'll run right by the Top Gun play. Pressure up the middle, and Malik Collins this time. 2nd sack for the Browns. They had that one early from Obo Okoronkwo, but otherwise it's been a little bit quiet as Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota have gotten rid of that football quickly. 2nd and 14 now. Mariota give it to McNichols up the middle. Jeremy McNichols, and he'll be ripped down at the line. Isaiah McGuire and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka right there to take him down. 3rd and 14. Mariota in a shotgun. He's got trips to the left side. He'll give it up the middle again to Krosky Merritt. The rookie out of Arizona gets a nice game, but it will be shy, and they will probably kick a field goal here, which would make it an 8-point low. They're going to go for it. I bite my tongue. 4th and 3. Mariota in that shotgun. Empty backfield. Browns rush 4. Fling it left side. Picked off! Nick Needham, the free agent quarterback, picks it off, and the Browns are in business now. 7:44 to go, and Nick Needham picks off Marcus Mariota on a 4th and 3, and the Browns with their first turnover of the game. Here they come. Demolition Dogs get that big turnover now. Sanders out there in a pistol. Whippler snaps it back. Sampson up the middle. Tries to get Skinny through the hole. Just a lot of bodies in the way. Javon Kinlaw, former 49er, and I think he played for the Jets last year as well. Double tight ends. They're actually triple tight ends, which means the Chief comes back in. Sampson, nowhere to go this time. 3rd and 8. A little bit too predictable this time, Browns. Get a little bit more creative with the play calls. Trips to the left side. Fannin on the right side of the line. Sampson next to his quarterback, Shador Sanders. Luke Whippler snaps it back now. Sanders, good pocket presence. Hit at the line. He had Sampson open. And I'm not sure if Sampson would have had enough room to turn and get the first down, but it is a moot point because it hit the defensive lineman. And unfortunate there, as the Browns, after the Nick Needham turnover, will go 3 and out, which means a waste of that turnover. Hey, Bo, welcome in. That's right, and yes, we do need him. I agree. It's well played, well said. 24-19. Let's see if the Browns defense can muster another turnover. McNichols will try to go right, cuts it back to the middle, and he's going to be tackled by Nick Needham right again. Oh, not failing miserably as usual. It was a good attempt. I chuckled. Jim chuckled. I'm sure others chuckled as well. 2nd and 6 now. Turn around, give it to his running back again. Krosky Merritt, the rookie, and he'll be blown up in the middle. There's Christopher Edmonds. He's your backup strong safety, but again, like a 64 overall rated guy. I'd like to have a little bit better third safety production. Maybe, well, I was saying, maybe bring D'Anthony Bell back, but he signed somewhere, I think. Pressure coming. He'll feel it. Fling it. Caught. First down. There's the rookie, Jalen Lane again. Lane's got a first down at the 48. Didn't get it by much, but he beats Edmonds, the safety, once again. First down, and now the clock becomes the biggest enemy of Cleveland's plans to try to win this game. Back to pass now. Mariota. Pressure coming. He'll feel it. Oh, ball's out! Oh, it falls on by McCroskey Merritt. I think he got sacked by Mason Graham, is what they'll call it. They're showing Mason Graham. So I think Mason Graham gets credit for the sack. He just kind of pops the ball out. And very fortunate that Krosky Merritt, the rookie running back, sees it first, because look at Isaiah McGuire right on top of him. Oh, what could have been there for the Browns. 2nd and 14. Pistol look for Mariota. He'll receive the snap now. Back to pass. Wiggle, fire left side. Cole picked off! I'm not sure why he's in the game, but JOK's in the game! 30, 20, 15, 10 in Owusu Koromoa. I promise you he was not in the depth chart anywhere, but he's into the game now. Maybe he's a stamina sub. And he gets the pick, and the Browns are in business. But I haven't seen anything other than Andrew Berry saying it was increasingly unlikely. So my assumption is that they've given him a number. It's probably like the vet minimum plus incentives, and he's just waiting to try to get something better. So we'll see. I will say that the pay cut for Jerome Ford doesn't actually mean anything other than Jerome Ford becomes more tradable if they try to do that, and obviously costs less money. Here comes Sampson. He'll try the left. Nice run for Dylan Sampson. He falls forward to the 8-yard line. Browns under 4 to go. Another turnover from a big play by their defense. Can they capitalize with the end zone? Pistol look here. Stretch it right side. Sampson, he's got some blockers, but they get beat by Frankie Luvu, another starter who is still in the game for some reason. 3rd and goal here from the 2. But I would say at this point it's probably trending towards no Nick Chubb at this point, which is unfortunate. But time goes on. Up the middle, get to the 1. They don't say that he got in. Dylan Sampson to the 1-yard line, and now it's 4th and goal, and they're going to have to go for it from the 1. And we did do that, yes. Kinlaw in the middle of that one. Here we go. 4th in the game. They're going to have the 2-minute warning to think about it, though. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Nope, they're going to run it before the 2-minute warning. Sanders, left side, knocked away! Nick Ballore, the linebacker, got his left mid up there. And now 1st and 99 for the Commanders. Can the defense do it one more time? You got 3 timeouts. Give it up the middle, and he does squeak through McNichols, and he'll get near a first down. Dean is the one who tackled him, but how do you let him get out of the end zone like that? Stretch it right side, and there's the first down, McCroskey Merritt, and that's probably the game now for the Browns, unless they get some sort of weird fumbly turnover. Well, you had a chance. Shedeur Sanders, he had the open receiver. It was just a very, very good play by the defense. And I will say overall, another inspiring and pretty exciting performance by a lot of the players on this Browns team, specifically a lot of the new players. And Shedeur Sanders took a nice step here. I don't know if he's been maddened. I think that wasn't an unfootball play. That was just unlucky that the defender got that hand out there. I didn't feel like he had been maddened, frankly, but it's still early. It's still early. 3rd and 1 now. And this is definitely the football game as Krosky Merritt gets a big gainer unless they pop the ball out, and they don't. So 24-19, Browns are going to go to 1-1 in the preseason. Fun game. Lots of fun game. Gabriel played well. Sampson played well. Judkins played well. Fannin played well. Sweshinger played well. Mason Graham played well. And Shedeur Sanders had a much better game than he did in the first game. So thanks for joining me, guys. This was a lot of fun. I'll let you get back to the rest of your Saturday here. Hope you're enjoying Mother's Day weekend. Thanks to all the moms and Nagyon Sports Nation. We very much appreciate how awesome that you are. 24-19 is your final score. As the Commanders' fight song plays in the background. This was the Thursday night primetime game. Let's look quickly at the player stats. You're very welcome, Jim. anytime. You know that. 9 for 13 was Jaden Daniels. He went for 121 yards and a touchdown. Mariota 9 for 17, 105, one touchdown, and again the 2 interceptions that gave the Browns a chance up until the very end. Robinson today 11 for 29. Remember, he had some negative runs in a big way. McNichols 6 for 30. Krosky Merritt, the rookie out of Arizona, 6 for 47, and then a couple of quarterback scrambles as well. Noah Brown 5 for 57 and a touchdown. McLaurin 4 for 81 and a touchdown. Osborne with 4. Lane, the rookie, with 3. 1 for 33 for Brian Robinson on that swing route. Whoops, went too far. Tackles today, leading tackler, Dietrich Wise, the new edge rusher here. 8 tackles, including 2 sacks and 4 TFLs. Luvu, then Sane Ristel, there's McGee, and Bobby Wagner, the veteran, now 13-year NFL veteran. Wise had the 2 sacks, 1.5 for Kinlaw, 1 for Durance Armstrong, half for Martin, and a half for Frankie Luvu. No turnovers today through the air. They did have that one scoop and score on that stupid glitchy play that I will be removing from the Browns playbook. Shedeur Sanders today, 5 for 11, 86 yards. That's only 45% on his completions, but he did have the touchdown pass. Gabriel 8 for 11, 76 yards. That's 72% today for Dylan Gabriel, who played the entirety of the first half. Hey, LA, welcome in. Sampson 11 for 34 today. Quinshawn 5 for 14. Again, had a massive run at the beginning, a callback for a stupid hold today. How about Dylan Gabriel? 2 scrambles for 55 yards, including a long of 31. Fannin Jr., 3 catches, 17 yards and the touchdown. 2 for Deontay Johnson, his first 2 as a Cleveland Brown. 2 for Judy, 2 for the Chief, 1 for Thrash, the 67-yarder to DeAndre Carter, 1 despite 2 drops for David Bell, and 1 catch for Jerome Ford. For the defense, who played very well today, 7 tackles for Bush, for Edmonds, for Carson Sweshinger, 5 for Jerome Baker, so that's new player right there in your linebacker room. Denzel adding 5 as well. Sacks today, 1 for Collins, 1 for Graham. Congratulations to him, his first full NFL sack, and Obo Okoronkwo had 1. The picks today were by Owusu Koromoa, still not sure how he got into the game, but he did, and Nick Needham as well. Also a kick return for Dylan Sampson. Let's do this one. Dylan Sampson, a 92-yard kick return today for a touchdown, which was a very, very fun play. In fact, I think, do we have the ability to do that? I don't remember if we do or not. I thought there was a way to, here you go, view highlights. For those of you just joining us, this is a highlight worth watching, in my opinion. It was the second quarter, and it was this play. Let's watch it again. How do I hide? There we go. Dylan Sampson took it, bounced it to the right side, broke a tackle, broke a second tackle, and then it was like, okay, see ya, bye. Outrunning defensive linemen and linebackers into the end zone. That was a sweet play, Dylan Sampson. We don't see a lot of kick returns for touchdowns. All right. Well, that was fun. Appreciate you guys very much for joining me today. Again, I hope you enjoy the rest of your Mother's Day weekend, but this one was a lot of fun. Browns do drop at 24-19, but the rookies continue to play well and show out a little bit. And yeah, just do appreciate your time. Thanks so much to all of our subscribers. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, would very much appreciate that. Also hit that thumbs up button on the way out as well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll be back with more sim action at some point, and I will let you know in advance in the Discord channel. Otherwise, you can hit that bell, and it'll let you know as soon as I go live. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Today we will say go Commanders, and as always, go Browns.